So originally I was supposed to film this video in a few days, but I got a little amped up on this track here. So I just kind of wanted to hit record and go with the flow. So today's video sponsor is Output, right? And they've had this plugin called Arcade for a while, but it was always kind of more focused towards like hip hop and pop, but they finally came out with some called Warehouse, which is for the warehouse, the club, house music, my realm. So listen to this little thing I got going on right here. What's funny is all my drums are still coming from my the Polyend play, right? So I can, and then my bass is actually the grandmother. But the keys right here, this is Arcade. And this is tight because the way Arcade works, in case you're not familiar, because if you're following me and you're into house music, you probably don't. Maybe you do mess with Arcade. Let me know down below if you do. But what Arcade does is it has a ton of different samples or loops, right? In this kind of like a sampler mode. And you can just pick a bunch of different sounds, right? They all play on the keys. But I have this sound, where is it at? Simple loop, but the black keys in this case are going to do, they're modifier keys, so they're going to modify the sample. So if I press this one, or this one makes it go in reverse. So what's funny is I took kind of like that loop, but then I added this modifier key just right here to kind of whip it back, and this is the reverse. Da, da, da. And then I added another start right here just to kind of bring it back in and rope it back into the entire track. And it ended up just sounding cool. And I mean, if I really wanted, I could dive into the sample editor, which is right here under tweak. And you can kind of go and change up the different chops and stuff for the specific sample, as well as the frequency. But I kind of like where it's at right now. And you can even modify the edits and do a bunch of different things, mixers, EQs, and more modulation. And some of the effects, because actually the effect, am I using one of the effects? I'm kind of using a little bit of this delay. You can kind of hear it there, right? Turn it up all the way. Too much for me. I like it right there. And the other thing, you might have noticed that for a split second, I'm in D minor and I got it locked. So when I made this bass line, which is, that's just the spring reverb on the grandmother, by the way. That thing sounds tight. What I did on here is I was able to just go onto this, the launch key. Yes, I worked there, it's not a sponsored video. And just put it into D minor so I can just play. And I just got the MIDI notes from the launch key being sent to the grandmother. A little lazy to reach over there and play it. Plus, if I'm playing in D minor, it's a scale that I'm personally not that familiar with. I'm really familiar with G minor, G sharp minor, of course C major, A minor, things like that. But D minor is one that's somewhat new to me. So what's cool, let's say we have this little loop going, and I want some more ideas, some more little finisher touches, right? I'm gonna open up a new MIDI track. I'm gonna just type in Arcade. And I wanna go back to, let's go ahead and pause this real quick. We'll do Warehouse. And it's funny, I was actually messing around with a lot of the house or the hip hop stuff, and actually kind of worked too, because you can change the pitch and it all tempo syncs to everything. But I'm gonna open up Title Slide, which is the same one that I was using on the other one, but it has some other samples in here that I wanted. This is one thing I wish Arcade had, was an output for each key. So like say I went and opened up an audio channel and I said take audio from Arcade and then listed it here, because it's all just coming in on one channel. I mean, sure, they're mixed, sure, they're EQ'd. If you go to your tweak section and your mixer, I don't think you can do any type of like multi-track out. It's fine, I ain't tripping too much, but me personally, I like to have a bit more control. So in this second installation or plugin of Warehouse, I've loaded up Title Slide again, because it's the same one that we're working on with the other Arcade plugin, but you don't need to stick to the same one. There was just another sound in here that I really liked, which is this sound here. And maybe I can find, yeah, I kind of like that. I think that'll work. So let's see if we can just launch that in. Oh, my bad, my bad. Let's go ahead and undo that. Here we go, let's do it. Awesome, I like that. I'm gonna keep it more on that simpler touch right there at the end. That's gonna be this one here. Yeah, I think it's from here forward. We'll go ahead and loop that, select that. Oh boy, quantize that. Yeah, we'll just consolidate that as a new clip. So I'm gonna go ahead and crop this one. Bada bing, bada boom, drag this over into our other section. I kind of been working back and forth between the two. I try to get used to that session mode, but I'm just so used to arrangement mode. Now that we're here, drag this, duplicate it, boom, boom. We got 2 installations of this going on. Yes. And then this, I want to loop this whole section, drag that over. And what's funny too is with a lot of the arcade stuff, it's kind of like, in a way, removes the heavy lifting that you need to do. Oh, and by the way, if you are interested in trying out arcade, I got a link to it down below if you want to find out some more details about it. It's a little affiliate link. If you do sign up for it, you get the 30-day free trial. I still get a little kickback from it, even if you sign up and cancel before you get charged, which is pretty cool. So it helps support the channel. But yeah, if you're interested in it, check it out down below. But one thing that I really like about arcade, similarly to the Polyend Play, it kind of removes some of the heavy lifting when it comes to getting a really detailed loop out of the way. For example, if I were to just get rid of this, and I'm gonna just duplicate this arcade. I know we're using like 1 million arcades right now, which is totally fine, but you can do whatever you want, but this is getting a little crazy. But what I mean by getting rid of the heavy lifting is that not only do you get some of these simple like synth loops, there's also a ton of drum loops. I mean, they're not launching in key in sync right now, but these help me kind of keep the creative process going, because one thing, I'll never forget this. I was jamming with Arulu. You might know him. His name's Taylor, really dope producer. I have a link to his stuff down below. He makes really dope house music, and this was at my old studio when I was still in the garage. And he's like, how do we get this hi-hat just like pumping sound? And we tried forever to get a hi-hat loop sounding good, and it just was not happening. But you listen to something like this, and then you got the drum rolls on here, right? Or you can just kind of dirty it up. A little more delay on there. Or let's say what this is. Right, or was this a clap? Yeah, like listen to this. This is dope. Right, and then another easy way to put this stuff in, if I just go like this, I can find out what key I'm pressing here, boom, and just drag that over. That's easy. Turn the velocity up all the way. And I'm gonna go ahead and EQ this a little bit with the EQ8, bring this up. Dude, that grandmother bass. Right, I'm gonna bring this back in. Like I was mentioning before, this is probably one of my favorite things about arcade, is just the ability to go and change up the key. So let's say we wanted to go to G minor. Now we're in G minor. Of course, our bass line ain't gonna work, but would this work? I've never actually tried this, because I know I can go to scale. G minor. Yo, it worked. So we could do that if we wanted, but that's not at all what I want to do. I want to stick to my D minor because that's kind of where I found that this sample fit the best, and it's also where it originally started, so it kind of sounded the best when it came to its algorithm of stretching and all that stuff. So looking back. Right, so what else do we want to add to this? This is a decent little loop here. We'll go ahead and grab this whole section, copy paste that again. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go to our peak. We'll say record, and let's go into scale mode. This delay is way too crazy. Dude, I did not just land on the perfect loop first try. Hit record before I forget. Log it in. There it is. Duplicate that before I ruin it. And let me try overdubbing a little something on top of that. I think a wah, wah, wah. That's cool, but I don't like this sound. So I'm gonna grab this bounce in place thing. Link to this down below, it's awesome. I freaking love this thing, check this out. I have this track selected. Let's delete this last little section. Boom, grab this, press this button. Automatically just makes a track, solos it, records it. So I can grab this audio and move on to the next thing. Dunzo. That's there. Don't know what that pop was about, but we can ignore that. Cool, so now I can shape up another sound here. Let's loop this. Initialize patch. And arm it. That's okay. How about we'll go into a bandpass. And then we'll add a little bit of LFO to the pitch, right? So we'll say. Yeah, that's cool. Hit record. The filter envelope is a little crazy on this one. We'll turn that down. Turn our release up. A bit of chorus. Yeah, dude, I'm feeling this one. Am I about to do this? I've never done this before. On camera, at least. Let's see, let's open up a new track. Check, check, chickadee, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that's way too hot. Check, 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 check. All right, let's do this. It's Friday night, and we feeling all right. It's Friday night, and we feeling all right. It's Friday night. Yeah, there it is. I sound like a loser. Let's go. Let's get a little delay on there. All right. Now let's compress it. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's compress it. Let's see what we can get out of it. Let's just slam it down. Bring up the output. Some reverb on there. Oh, so we still got that one arcade going off. That's the clap one here. Okay, so I like that. I like that, right? So we're gonna go from that section, which is just everything, into this section. But we need to remove the long note. This delay is way too crazy. Let me know if you're annoyed at this Friday night, because it's actually Saturday. What am I doing, dude? You had one job. Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna leave it on a high note. Yo, Output, thank you for allowing me to check out Arcade. It's actually been really dope. Let's see, we'll leave it right here. And yeah, it's been dope. It's awesome. It's super powerful. Helps kind of get the ideas going quickly. And like I mentioned before, if you want to check it out, check out the link down in the description below beneath that like button if you want to support the channel. Appreciate you, my friend. I'm gonna jam a little bit more on this track because it's kind of dope. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Appreciate you more than you know. And until then, you already know the drill. Share the love, share the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Peace. It's so weird hearing myself talk while I'm trying to talk to you. Let's see what I can get out of this OB. What channel is this on? Wowza. Later, y'all.